Hello, and welcome to The Powers in You with part 2 of the courageous, beautiful, transgendered woman, Michelle Skiff.
But really, Renee Richards she was the pioneer. She did it before anybody that we know of, right?
Right, as far as in the public eye, absolutely.
Guy.
And
So
yeah,
tell me about what you think about Caitlyn Jenner, and because you share a lot of the same opinions as she does. You're a Republican.
right. I don't do too much. She's in a lot of. I hate to say it. What do they call them? Not live TV shows, but
The reality thing.
reality shows. That's it. I don't really like those very much.
Right.
As far as being the Republican part of it, I know that she is. I don't know if we totally agree on everything. But let me just make this clear about Republican versus Democrat and who you are. That's kind of one of my my pet peeves, I guess, right now, is it seems like if you're a Democrat, you have to believe in this, this, and this, or you're not a Democrat, and you get told to be quiet and not voice your opinion. And if you go over to the far right and Republican, you got to believe in this, 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 and this. And I'm not that. I've never been that way. And so the way I feel about it is, yes, I'm definitely lean toward the right. You can ask my wife that. But why can't I want clean air and support a green bill, yet not want my taxes to go up?
Right.
Why can't I agree that we need to put more money in the police department and not defund it, and get better programs to build on the ones that we already have, versus abolishing it? Why do I have to do any of those things? I'm an American. I have a vote. My vote is private to me, and I have things that I believe in. Let me tell you about a fear. When I first started taking my hormones, eventually I started looking like a girl. And I was growing out my hair longer, and I went down and I got my my new driver's license, and I got my name changed. And then I was in the trucking industry at the time. I had to go tell my boss that I'm transitioning from male to female.
Mm-hmm.
My boss was a 6'7" Texan. Okay, very, very, very macho. He ran a trucking company. I was his pit bull. Okay, that's how he described me. When they had big meetings, they were like, "Okay, are you going to put Skiff in charge?" Yes, we need the pit bull. We need Skiff. Skiff's going to go in there and straighten everything out. Okay, I was his pit bull. Now I was going to tell him that your pit bull's really a girl pit bull. And so I had to go tell him I was a girl pit bull. And so I wrote everything out that I was going to tell him. And and then I was going to email it to him. And then I went, no, I'm not going to email it. I am going to go in there, look him straight in the eye, all 6'7" of him, and tell him the truth. So, oh my God, I did not sleep that night whatsoever. I had just came back from vacation, and I called my boss and I said, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And it was wanted to do it early in the morning because I was working nights and I had to get some sleep. So he was really, he says, "Well, I'm very, very busy, and you have 10 minutes, but you got to be here right at 9:30." So I went in, and he was really in a bad mood. I mean, bad mood. And so I went in there and I held up the piece of paper I wrote, and my hands were going like this. And I'm like, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose everything. And so I read it all, and I read it from beginning to end, and I read it the best I could. And I got choked up, and I even cried a little bit. And after I finished reading that, he sat back in his chair and he went, "Oh, thank God, that's all it is." And I was like, what? He says, I thought you were calling me to quit. I can't have you quit. And so he gave me, so I gave him my new IDs, my new social security card, my new driver's license, and we put together a plan. And, my 6'7" Texan macho male boss, we stayed up for 26 hours and we gave a speech about my transition to, I don't know, about 350 employees live, and then another 2,000 nationwide. And do you realize from the 200, it was 235 people, that's what it was. Out of the 235 people that I told that day, 234 of them shook my hand and gave me a hug and supported me in every single way. Only one person had something bad to say. That was it. And as soon as he said it, everybody escorted him out of the room we were to go have a talk with him and straighten him out. I had people clapping for me, saying how brave I was. I had friends that were in tears giving me hugs, saying, I never knew you went through all of this. And, so now, I'm 52 years old, Ramen is texting me going, are you ever coming home? And, but yeah, no, it was a long day. It was 26. And so I couldn't help but go, God, why didn't I do this before? Why did I put myself through all of this? But it was because of outside influences and things that you think, because you can't talk to anybody about it. At least you couldn't back then. Now it's a lot better. Now it's definitely a lot better. So.
That's amazing. So tell me about the medical part of it now. Are you're taking hormones?
Yes. I just take estrogen. But really it's just maintenance type of thing. It's not anything big. It's like 1 milligram. You start off taking two different types of drugs. One is testosterone blocker, or yes, three, and progesterone, which progesterone, all progesterone really does is it tells your brain up here, that you're really a girl and you need to start putting fat in the right way, in the right part of your body. And then the estrogen, which does all of the feminizing and that sort of thing.
So it basically stops hair growth?
Not to your face. Face, you have to get electrolysis done. I got electrolysis and laser done to my face, and that was the worst.
Did you get breasts? No.
Yes.
So they grow naturally?
They grow naturally. They don't grow as big as what you'd like them to.
Right.
So when I ended up having my GRS, which is the surgery, bottom surgery.
Yes.
Gender reconstruction surgery.
Oh, so for your...
Right, for...
What was your penis? So you had your penis removed?
Yes. Yeah. I have a vagina now. I'm 100% girl, just like everybody else. Who's me?
So how was that? I mean, tell us about that. Tell me, like...
Actually, at that point, you're ready for it because you've done all of the homework for it. Insurance didn't cover it, so it cost about $22,000 to get it done at that time. Now insurances are covering it, which is fantastic for the young girls coming up. So
this is covering it now?
Yeah, they have insurance that covers it now. So, through your employer and that sort of thing, which is just wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help me, but I'm glad that other people are getting all of those. And basically it converts, they use, surgery basically just converts everything from male to female. There are parts of your penis that they use, part for a clitoris, part for the walls of your vagina, part for, the outer part of it. So it everything looks real down there.
And does it feel good, or does...
Yeah, no, it feels good. It's a little, be honest with you, it's it's intense. It really is. But as far as everything else goes, it's just yeah, it's exactly what you would expect.
You didn't have implants, did you?
I did get uh, an extra size put in. Except for us, our frame, our shoulders are bigger than the average woman. So, and the breast size is usually a cup or two um, smaller than what your mother had.
Right.
So the breasts, when they come out, they're not real. They're not the right size for the size of your body.
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
You're 5'11". Oh,
Yeah. So I'm tall, but I'm not outrageously tall for it. So
yeah. All right. So, well, that's good. I didn't know that. And because you're helping me understand like all of it. And some people choose not to go all the way too, right?
yeah, there are people that want to stop, and that's their prerogative. For me, that wasn't an option. I'm not a halfway person. I want people to know I'm a girl, and some people want to be uh, what do you call it? Uh, they want to be neutral. They want to be gender neutral. They don't want to identify as a male or as a female, and that's fine too. It's who you are. As long as you live in a good life and doing the right thing, then you should be able to do that. Absolutely.
So when all of this was completed and healed, all the physical stuff and healed, and you're married to your wife, and you're how do you feel now sitting in your energy of who you are?
Free.
Free.
Free is the word. I am free to do whatever I want to do. Anybody who comes at the door and knocks on it, I can open the door and answer it. Anybody who knows who I am knows that I'm transgendered. I go to church, I go to the movies, I I go to work, all as myself. I have my personality. I don't have to fake anything out. If I want to cry because it's a cute puppy or a cute movie, I can cry. If I want to hold my wife's hand at, in public, I can do it. If she wants to take me out to dinner for my birthday, we can have we can go to any restaurant we want. We don't go to gay bars and things that are just gay. We go to Morton's, Shari's. If I want to have a toast and give her a kiss, I do it. Doesn't matter who's watching. Freedom. I can be whoever I want. I can be who I am. That's I am who I am now, and that's the most wonderful thing that anybody can ask. I don't have a problem with my temper anymore. I don't have a problem, um, not drinking when I shouldn't. I don't have any problems at work. Uh, I I have God. I have the Lord Jesus. I have my wife, and I have my puppy, and I am finally, after 51 years of suppression and everything else, I'm free to do the things that I love to do as myself. And that's what do these say? Priceless. It's priceless.
I am so happy for you, and you're such a beautiful person, and every person deserves to be free.
Yes.
They deserve, no matter what their sexual orientation is or what their physical orientation, or they need to be free and safe and be able to express who they are. And I am so proud of you for what you did was so courageous to it was it's to and especially in the time period, and who you were and your family, and I mean, that's courage. That's courage. And, you know, I just can't even tell you how proud I am to know you.
Oh, thank
And,
you.
I send you so much love, and I'm so happy that you are, happy
Oh, thank you. Yes, and
finally,
I am. Yes.
and you can just sit in your energy and feel totally at one, at peace. And in closing, Michelle, is there anything that you'd like to say to any of maybe the younger people that are feeling, that they're not in the right body? Can you give them any words of advice?
Yes. Don't don't be afraid. It's not as hard to go through transition as you think. There are going to be people who are not going to accept you at first, but then they'll come around. There are going to be some people that are never going to accept you, and and you're going to have to deal with that. But there's one person that does love you, and that's God. Okay. And for me, leaning into God, reading the Bible, actually understanding it, helped me out throughout my entire transition. Find somebody, you know, uh, find somebody that you can tell anything to. I'm going to give my wife Robin a prop here. um, my wife was going through her transition at the same time I was. Okay, and at first we were friends. You know, we met through our therapist, and um, she asked me if I'd like to go to church, and I said, yeah, I would like to go to church. Uh, do something other than what I was doing. And she met me at Starbucks, and we went to church. We became close friends, and we were able to be honest about every aspect of our life with each other. Everything. Matter of fact, uh, you know, there's stuff she found when we were moving around. Go, oh, you were telling the truth on that, and I said, yeah, I was. you know, um, but tell somebody. You got to find a friend, a confidant, somebody that you can tell the entire truth to what you've been through in your entire life, and you can share your stories together, because we all have a lot of stories together. Okay, and that's how I ended up falling in love with her. Is wow, it was completely different, but completely the same at all at the same time. Find yourself a confidant. Go to the therapy. I know a lot of people say don't go to the therapy. Go to the therapy. Get everything out, and then once you make the decision, do it. That's what I did. And I did. I made up my mind, and I did it, and I was scared, and I was crying, and I thought I was going to be homeless, alone, and broke. Um, I was 1 foot in homelessville. None of that came out because I had somebody I could talk to. I had God, and I had a little bit of courage to say, okay, I something's got to change. I have to do this, and then you go do it. And it's going to be scary, and there's going to be heartache, but there's going to be sincere happiness too. Sincere happiness and freedom, and you get to be who you are, and you never have to hide again, and it is so worth it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm sure there's young kids out there that are struggling, and they're not in the ideal situation to handle it. And, so we want to try to help.
Help them make the decision. I guess the word of caution though too is I was pretty solidified. I had a job where, uh, you know, from the story I told you, you know, I I was doing a great job at my job. I was promoted 2 times after that. After I transitioned, which I thought was pretty amazing. But I had a pretty solid life. I had Robin, I had uh, I had church, and I had a good job too. So they need to make sure that if you're going to transition, the others, put the other aspects of your life in order. Make sure that you're working, make sure you have insurance, make sure that you have that confidant that I was talking about. Make sure you've got some extra money put away in the bank. All of those things are going to help you be successful in your transition, and you're not going to have a huge setback. There are a lot of ladies out there who try to transition without creating a base first for themselves, and they end up getting in trouble. That's when they do end up getting homeless and different things. Create a base for yourself. That's probably the smartest thing you can do, and that is the advantage that I had, I believe. But then again, I was 51. I was always a good worker. I was always did a lot of things. I put money in the bank. I knew how to save. I knew how to do all of those things. So just see the therapist, get a good base, and then move forward. I can't stress that enough. You have to have a base. You have to have your life in order. You have to have the rest of your life in order, because everything else emotionally is going to go out of order for you. So you got to have that base to fall back on.
Right, the foundation.
Yes.
Somebody to be there with you, support system, and yeah.
Exactly. If I didn't have the support system of Robin and the church, who knows what would have happened? I might not have even done it. I might have continued down the bad path that I was going. Right. But I didn't, because I had a good base. Yeah. I had support. Because it is, it's going to be stressful, because there are going to be friends and family members who are not going to want to talk to you, and some of them, like I said, most of them all come around. They really do, and it takes you a little bit of time to get used to it too, because you think you're going to be different, but you know what? Turns out you're the same person you always have been. You're just adding a little bit more to your personality. That's really it. You're still the same person. I was expecting all of this different stuff. No, there's no big different stuff. You are who you are.
Oh, Michelle, thank you so much for being and courageous, and just you talking about your struggles, and I am sure it's going to help people immensely, help them get to the point of being free, and I thank you. So.
Good. All right. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.